with IBelieve.com. And today I'm talking to Sarah Haggerty. She's the author of the new book, Every Bitter Thing is Sweet, from Zondervan.
Proverbs 27:7 says, "The satiated soul loathes the honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet." And I read that verse for the first time, or at least the first time I remembered reading it, when we were in the throes of hard, bitter times. We were struggling with infertility. Our adoption had been delayed. We are experiencing struggles in our finances and our marriage. And I'm sitting at the kitchen table reading this. And it was like an aha moment where I went, wait a second, this really is an opportunity. And the book really tells the story of finding God in delays and pain and circumstances you didn't expect. It tells the story of that verse in my life.
So let's talk about that for a little bit. You talk about having intimacy with God and as you're going through these struggles, and I think that that's sometimes hard for us to really conceptualize, just this intimacy is such a physical, present thing. How do we have that with our Heavenly Father?
Well, I'll tell you a story. I was driving home from a baby shower, which years into my infertility, baby showers were a source of a lot of pain for me, just a reminder of what I couldn't have. And at this particular baby shower, the women were sharing lots of stories of their labors and delivery and things I just had no knowledge of, and really only reminded me that what they had, I could not access. And as I drove home that night and then into the next morning, God initiated a conversation with me where I felt a nearness of Him that I would not have felt had things been going just like I wanted them to. I didn't need to even ask Him or talk to Him when things worked for me. But when there was pain in my heart and the reminder of that pain that the baby shower brought, it opened up a part of me to God where He really was near. And so intimacy really became this conversation with God where I cried before Him. And I felt Him then in exchange coming near to my pain.
And so you've gone through this, you've gone through several years of infertility, and in the book you talk about how you had this almost vision or just like understanding that we're going to adopt, like that's going to be part of our story. So let's talk about adoption. I want to hear, kind of about that, how that experience was for you guys, and then also what has that taught you about, your adoption as a child of God?
Adoption has been a beautiful journey for my own heart. I did not anticipate that as we were pursuing and rescuing these children, that God would really come in and say, I'm going to show you the pursuit that I have over your heart. There was one day shortly after we brought our children home from Uganda, the second two that we adopted from Uganda, we're all swimming in the ocean, and I quickly noticed that one of my children is missing. And so I'm scanning the beach for her, and I see her almost running away from us. And I'm calling her name and trying to catch up to her. And she's kind of clutching her neck. And as I catch up to her, I'm asking what's wrong. And she doesn't quite have the language or the understanding. This was one of the first times she'd been in the ocean to know that she had been stung by a jellyfish. But I quickly realized that that's what happened. And I'm thinking to myself, what child runs away from their parent in pain? I mean, she was running away. And in that moment, it was as if the Lord was saying to me, Sarah, you do the same thing. It's second nature for you to run and hide in your pain. And that was just a small picture of many that He's given me over the years where He said what they are physically demonstrating in their expression towards your love is what you do in your heart towards me. And in the same way, too, some of the delays in their healing, it just takes time to see hearts healed. And in some of the delays in watching their hearts get healed under our family banner, in our family fold, as I've noticed just in my own heart, the frustration and oh God, when are we going to see healing? It is as if He has revealed to me the areas of my own heart that get stirred up by their wounds, and He's going, I've got a story for you here too. I'm just as much after your heart and your whole heart being healed as you are after their hearts. And while you wait on them to be healed, I'm healing parts of you that wouldn't ever be healed otherwise.